My mother gave it me.
William had to marry when he was just 18, having already got his wife, Anne Hathaway, pregnant.
Oh, cars, 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 my pretty little cars, that thou didst know how many fathom deep I am in love.
They had 3 children, Susanna, and then twins, Hamlet and Judith.
Shakespeare liked writing about twins.
One of his twins, Hamlet, died aged 11. A few years later, Shakespeare showed a moving and joyful reunion of the supposedly dead twins Viola and Sebastian in Twelfth Night, or What You Will.
Welcome, drowned Viola.
Shakespeare left Stratford and went to make his living in London. It was the age of discovery and the growth of a new kind of wealth.
Mr. Hawk, you know?
The world of the theatre reflected the city of London, dangerous, manic, and bursting with creativity.
Shakespeare's first play was The Two Gentlemen of Verona, the first and last time he was to work with animals.
Mark the moon she makes. Yet the dove always smiles, sheds not a tear, nor speaks a word.
There was no stopping him. The Taming of the Shrew followed, then the plays about the Wars of the Roses, and Richard III for the Rose Theatre.
The wealthy Henry Ridley,
well.
the Earl of
Paid
Southampton,
for it.
became his patron.
Shakespeare wrote 2 sexy poems for him, Venus and Adonis and The Rape of Lucrece.
Shakespeare knew all the actors he wrote for, the boys playing the women, what they would do with the poetry and the jokes.
And especially how his old friend Richard Burbage would play the leading roles, Hamlet, King Lear, Othello.
Shakespeare knew how to please the audiences of his day and began to become famous. There was the building of the Globe Theatre in 1599.
Sadly, it burnt to the ground in 1613 when a cannon set fire to the thatch during a performance of All Is True, Henry VIII.
There were performances at court, and Shakespeare and his colleagues even got to process in King James I's coronation.
References to Shakespeare in London after 1604 are few, so it's likely he began to spend more time in Stratford.
Like the magician Prospero in The Tempest, with his library around him and the theatre in his mind's eye, Shakespeare's thoughts poured onto the paper.
Shakespeare's writing, his poetry and his plays are his lasting legacy.
Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness.
Eternity was in our lips and eyes, bliss in our brows.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ear.
Double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron
All
bubble.
the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players.
These words would be lost to time were it not for the book that you're now looking at, Shakespeare's First Folio.
The first folio was published in 1623 by his friends and fellow actors. This book was their living memorial to him.
You would not consider Shakespeare to be the genius he is without this book.
You could buy it for £1 from the booksellers in the yard around St. Paul's Cathedral.
Now, it is one of the most valuable books in existence.
Shakespeare, above all other writers and artists, has helped to shape us, to make us who we are. You're about to visit the house in which he was born, where he spent his early adult life.
I love different guys.